Hello everyone, let's start with a new reading. In this reading, we are going to discuss current feelings, you versus them. So, let us start with this reading. These will be the your feelings, and these cards will indicate their feelings. Okay, so as per this, I can see that you love this person very deeply. You have intentions of marrying this person right from the first meeting. You think that this person and you are made for each other. You have deep feelings for this person, and maybe you have tried to convey those feelings to them. In some way or another, you have conveyed those feelings. They also know that somewhere you love them, and you see a bright future with them. Okay, you want to marry them, and maybe you have given them a marriage proposal as well, directly or indirectly, and you are not feeling good right now. You are feeling heartbroken because this person is never giving any kind of positive response to you. This person might even have ghosted you. They are the person who are running away from commitment. Things are going more than, you both behave more than friends, but you both are not claiming it. You want to claim this connection. You want to uh, take this connection forward. You are very serious for this connection, and you are demanding a clear communication from the person you love regarding marriage. You are financially stable, and your person is also financially stable, and you are well settled in your life. You want to work on your relationship. You want to build a family with the person you love, and maybe you have committed this thing, confessed this thing to them many a times, but now you think that this again and again telling them that you love them and they are not giving any response, this is somewhere lowering your self esteem. You are questioning your efforts, your intentions, and maybe you think that you are not worth loving. You are not worthy of receiving their love. You are not feeling good in this connection. That is why maybe you have taken a break from them. uh, there is no contact situation right now. Maybe you have started avoiding them, and you have started focusing more on your career these days. And you are trying to avoid them till the time they are not giving any kind of confession to you regarding marriage, regarding love. Maybe you have given them time to think about uh, your marriage proposal, and you have told them to confess whether they want to marry you or not, they want to go ahead in this connection or not. And you have decided if they are going to give a negative response this time. You are waiting for their response, and if they are going to give a negative response this time, then you are going to move ahead in building your career, and you are not going to run after them. You are not going to chase them. If they are the one for you, they'll come to your life anyhow, anyway. And if they are not the one for you, then they'll go away from your life, and you both will never be together. Okay, if you are not made for each other. Okay, and they feel victorious in their professional life. In their personal life also, they have people that support them. They are connected with a lot of people. They have a lot of friends. They are daydreaming about you a lot because of the no contact situation. They have started realizing that they have deep emotions for you. They were not considering this relationship seriously. They were considering you as a best friend, and they have never thought about you uh, in terms of marriage. But now they have started looking you as a person who is always there to support them in their good and bad times. Even now you are supporting them in some way or another. The memories that they have created with you always help them to deal with any kind of negative experience or negative uh, thing that they're experiencing in their life. They see a bright future with you, and uh, creating a no contact situation with them have helped them to realize the true potential of this relationship, and they think of moving ahead in this relationship. They consider you as a person who is very childlike. They think that you are very innocent and you have pure intentions for them and for this connection. They want to have a victory in this connection as well. They are planning about taking a marriage proposal, and directly to your parents. They will be unexpectedly coming towards you, and they will give you clear commitment this time. And they are planning to get married to you soon. They also have a fear of losing you. They, at this point of time, they are successful in their career, and they want to spend the rest of their life with you. So they, at this point, they are scared of losing you because they know that you have a lot of options as well. They also have a lot of options, but they want to marry you. They have made up their mind that they want to marry you anyhow. You might get a call from them very soon, or a message to meet them. And they can even meet your family directly and talk about marriage. Okay, so things will be very unexpected for you, because you were not expecting them to take this bold step all of a sudden. But you will be very grateful to God, and that God has helped you in this difficult time. And you both will be building a very good life together. You both will be emotionally and financially stable, and you both will act as each other's strength. You both may not be realizing your emotions up till now, but after this period of confession and marriage proposal, after your marriage, you both will develop a very strong bond emotionally as well. And you both will there will be equal give and take in this relationship. You both are going to put equal efforts, and you both will be totally satisfied with the life that you are going to build together. Okay, so this was a reading. I hope you liked it. Like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.